Hey everyone, Kevin here. What I'd like to do in this video is talk about the fork of ZClassic and Bitcoin, but specifically what I want to talk about is FUD, what people call FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, doubt. Now, I've talked about this before in the past. I've talked about how the whales, the people with a lot of money, a lot of coins, a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of whatever, they will use their money and power to influence the market. And you see this in traditional media, you know, in the UK, I've seen the BBC, the Guardian, the Daily Express, Daily Star, all these, you know, where they try and portray themselves as professional media and all this kind of thing. And they publish really negative things about cryptocurrency, and then when you actually read the stories, they're nothing. There's no facts. They quote some guy that's not an authority on anything, and the whole point is to spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. I saw this in action yesterday, and it wasn't on the media. It wasn't in the media. In fact, in the media, Bitcoin Private, which is what ZClassic is going to fork into in a couple of days, it's actually been quite positive. They're talking about how security is going to be a bigger thing this year in 2018, and Bitcoin Private has been mentioned very positively in a lot of places. It was actually happening in the forums. Now, you can see here, this is what's in my laptop, but this is the Discord app. Now, Discord's quite a cool app. It's used for gamers, but there's a lot of crypto communities using it now, and it's been used in the ZClassic and the Bitcoin Private forums. Now, I've been hanging out there the last few weeks because I've been mining to the ZClassic fund. The money goes to the developers to support Bitcoin Private, and in return, I will get Bitcoin Private coins. So I've been hanging out at the forums, been chatting to some really good people. There's a couple of kind of idiots in there just constantly just joking, and people that don't really know what they're doing as well in the forums, but that's all good. But yesterday I was hanging out there. Now, the price of ZClassic through last week was, I think it peaked at $199 or something. It dropped down, and when it dropped down to about 136, I bought some coins. I bought about 9 coins, $136, $137. Now, the other day, Friday, it was around that mark. It was hovering around $135 mark for a while. But yesterday, it dropped. And when I logged into the forums, it was about $110. And this is where I saw FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. This is where I saw it in action. I was in the forums in the Discord community group for ZClassic and Bitcoin Private, and call me suspicious, call me a conspiracy theorist, but basically at the same time, lots of people started publishing really, really negative things about ZClassic. They started saying, oh no, I'm going to cash out, I'm going to cash out. They started saying this is going to tank, the price is going to go from 112 and it's going to go all the way down to, say $30. They started saying things like they've definitely not got Bittrex support in exchange, which means that the Bitcoin Private coin and the ZClassic, they won't have support of the Bittrex exchange. We still don't know that yet, but it's looking like we will. And they started posting all these negative things. Now, this went on for quite a while. It was like 40 minutes or so. And I stayed positive through it. And I was like, listen, look at the facts. Stop listening to this fear. Don't sell up at this point. The problem is people were, and a lot of people sold out. If you looked at the Bittrex exchange, there was a lot of people selling, and the price dropped down to about $99. This is what whales do. This is what they do. They spread this fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They'll manipulate the market. Someone was saying that they were putting in orders in Bittrex, large sell orders, and then they would cancel them. Just playing around with it, messing up the graph, and then people panic and they sell. And this is what they do. They push the price down, and then when it gets down to a really low point, they start buying, and then all of a sudden they've got double the amount of coins they would have had, or 50% more coins, etc. The fact is, it does work. I saw it in action yesterday. People, who weren't associated with that started panicking, and some people did sell. As I said though, this without doubt was orchestrated. This was organised. My guess is there's another crypto community, someone who invested in ZClassic perhaps earlier, or perhaps not, or someone who just wants the price to go down so that they can buy more. So if they're looking to buy more, they want the price to go down because they know the price will go back up. And the reason I'm saying it's orchestrated is they all arrived at the same time and they all kind of left at the same time. Because several hours later, I can't remember what time it was in the day, it was like 4 o'clock or something, it happened again. All these people arrived, all these people, signed in, they started spreading negativity again, and they started spreading lies, and, just started saying, oh, the price is going to go down, it's going to go down, it's going to go down. But it didn't. Bitcoin Private announced that the test net, and this is something that's required so that you can test what's happening with the pool, and they've set up a couple of mining pools for Bitcoin Private, and that is good news moving forward. It shows you that the coin is going to be mineable, people are going to be mining for it, there's mining pools set up already, and it's also a requirement to get into the Bittrex exchange. So this is another requirement of the Bittrex exchange. Doesn't guarantee that it's going to be there, but in the next few days we'll either see support, or if not, we'll see support later. And the price shot up, basically within a day. It went from $135, it went all the way down to 99, and they went all the way back up. And these tactics by what you call whales, maybe they weren't whales, but there was certainly a community of people who wanted the price to go down because they wanted to buy. They were pretty successful. And it's frustrating to see because, like I talked about this other day, people are buying at the wrong price and selling at the wrong price sometimes. And I think with cryptocurrency, when the price is, nobody likes, when you're investing in a coin, no one likes to see the price go down. But I think what you need to do is realise that the price of the markets go up and down. And you also need to realise that news and fear, uncertainty, doubt plays a big factor in that. If people panic or if people are uncertain about what's going to happen, the price will go down. And once they know the facts, the price goes up. But, nothing had really changed. Bitcoin Private had announced the support of one exchange, Trade Satoshi, which admittedly isn't a very good exchange. And I think some people read into that too much. They read into it that maybe they weren't going to get accepted into other exchanges. But the facts were, from the day before, nothing had changed except from being accepted in one other exchange. So that's actually a positive thing. But it's amazing looking on Twitter, looking on the forums, on the Discord community, and looking at how people react. A lot of people do react to these things very easily, and they will panic and they will sell, and it's a shame. This is something that without doubt is not going to go away. We're going to see this happening all the time when there's a fork, when there's something happening. People are trying, when people are looking to buy, they need to spread fear, uncertainty, doubt, because they need the price to go down. And those, fear is what pushes the price down. When people panic and think, people are scared that the price will go down even more. When they arrived, they were saying, oh, the price is going to be $30, it's going to be $20, it's going to be $40, I'm going to sell just now. These people weren't selling, they were buying. But, you spread enough, it's the old saying, if you throw enough crap at something, some of it will stick. And that's what happens, you spread enough fear, people will start believing it. And because it's, if all the news is there and lots of it is fear and it's all negative, then it does make people panic. Moving forward though, I think it was interesting for me to see that in action because I could see through it. But moving forward, I'm quite positive. I remain positive about the Bitcoin Private coin. It's something I believe in. It was why I chose to start mining for it and why I bought some coins. And for me, if I choose to sell, if I at any point, or if I think the price will go down or up, all my decisions, I'm going to do my best to try and just think rationally, forget all the negativity and just look at the facts. Look at the facts. That's the important thing. You need to try and block out all the negativity and just say, okay, what has changed? What has changed? If the price goes down from one day to the next and there's no news, nothing's changed, well, it looks like the prices went down because of manipulation by whales buying and selling and cancelling orders, or with them spreading fear. So, yeah, it was interesting for me to see that. If you're involved in the ZClassic Bitcoin private fork and all that, I would say hold tight. Don't sell too low. If you are going to sell, stay strong. I think the price is going to go up the next few days because of the fear of missing out. And then after that, well, if you want to sell, you can, but it will be on some exchanges, whether it's this week, whether it's next week, I don't know, but it will be. These coins, the Bitcoin private coin will be on an exchange at one point other than Trade Satoshi. That much is sure, because why wouldn't Bittrex do it? ZClassic is still the top volume of trading on its exchange, and they'd be crazy to not support it. There you go. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Some of you may have seen this in action many times before. This was the first time I saw this happening in a community and see them react exactly how they wanted them to react. They wanted to push people's buttons. They wanted them to panic, and people did panic, and they sold at a low price, and the prices went back up, and in my opinion, the next few days it's going to go up again. So remember that, guys. You can't believe what you see online. A lot of these people spreading negativity on Twitter, in the private forums and communities. A lot of the time these guys have got a stake in the game and they're looking to either buy or sell depending on what they're saying. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.